Mahomes is left off the roster. 5 Chiefs did make it. 3 of Mahomes' linemen, along with Chris Jones and Travis Kelce, who may have benefited from the Swifty bump.
Oh, yeah.
Probably. AFC quarterbacks and their numbers. Lamar, Josh, and Burrow all made it. Mahomes did not. His passer rating, 20 plus behind some guys, and only 28 touchdowns. So your reaction to this perceived snub?
It's not a snub.
Well, first of all, this is objectively great for the Chiefs.
Bye.
And believe it or not, Vegas agrees. Just not by a lot, but the Chiefs became slightly bigger Super Bowl favorites this morning.
No.
Now, maybe that's coincidental. And, I just know that they were, in most shops, plus 370-ish as the favorites. And this morning, they're as low as plus 340, and in most places, about plus 360. So just a little bit. So maybe other things moved the market, but I didn't see anything else happening in the football world today, like injury news or anything like that. So that part, maybe they thought the vibes in Philly were off, and that's why it moved. Or maybe they thought Patrick Mahomes is famous for being very, very petty and taking slights very, very personally, and employing Bobby Stroop for 2 reasons. One is he's one of the best personal trainers in the world, and the other is he has a categorical memory and Twitter feed just of Patrick Mahomes slights that I'm pretty sure he yells at him while he's training. So there is that. But aside from that, this is outrageous. Because if you would have the NFL media, which votes on the Pro Bowl and votes on the awards and sets the narratives, tell it, the Chiefs are the best team in football and 15-1 for no reason whatsoever. Do they have the best players? Clearly not, because here's the list of teams with more awesome players than the Chiefs. Although the Ravens have damn near double. Okay, so it's not do they have the best defense? Oh, no, definitely not. Only one great defensive player. That's the list of teams with more defensive Pro Bowlers than the Chiefs. Ravens have 4. Again, the Ravens, God only knows how they've lost 5 times as many games as Kansas City. They're a super team, again, according to the media. Okay, so they don't have the most talent. They don't have the best defense, obviously. We know they don't have the best coach because Andy's 40-1 to win Coach of the Year.
I think it's a big nod to Andy.
So the other thing we would be like, the quarterback must have carried them. Nope, not at all. In no world did he carry them. He's clearly not having that great of a year. In fact, he's having such a bad year, we have to break all types of precedent because NFL history says whether I'm a quarterback wins guy or not, the voters always have been. You win 15 games as the starting quarterback all year, you're a Pro Bowler. Jim McMahon made it. If we drop it to 14 games, 14 wins, they all made it except for 3. So let's discuss the 3 who didn't. One was Phil Simms. In a year, he had more interceptions than touchdowns. Seems maybe a little fair. He did go on to win the Super Bowl. The other one was Brady when he had a middling year and they were coming off missing the playoffs. He was not yet the guy. You know what I mean?
He missed it another year, but not with that.
But not with 14 wins. And he then, of course, went on to win the Super Bowl.
That's a good graphic.
And so this is what is frustrating. If you had the NFL media tell it, the Chiefs, who have more wins, the best record against playoff teams of anyone in the league, have the 2. It's the AFC Pro Bowls, right? The 2 best divisions in the AFC, Brew, we would agree, are the AFC North and the AFC West. The Chiefs have played 9 of their games against those 2 divisions, and they've swept them all. And if you'd have the NFL media tell you it's actually because of no one. They don't have that many good players. The quarterback's not carrying.
This is so disingenuous. It's actually pretty hilarious at this point. I mean, it is. It really, 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 really is. And I'm going to tell you why. First off, he says, this is like unprecedented. This is ridiculous. And then uses an example of Tom Brady missing the Pro Bowl, when he had 14 plus wins. Okay? And Brady just had a middling year. Okay? And what has Patrick Mahomes done this year? Like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Blocked field goals, fumbled snaps. I mean, Patrick Mahomes has clearly been, first off, he's saying it's so ridiculous, more Pro Bowlers on defense. And he goes, not the Chiefs, because the Chiefs have one. Okay, well, the Eagles have been dominant defensively. Everyone has said that. Same thing with the Chargers. They have two. They each have two. And the same thing with the Broncos. Broncos, pretty much the Chiefs, the Broncos, the Eagles, and the Chargers have been considered to be top defenses in the NFL, no matter where you look at it. They have two Pro Bowlers, okay? Kansas City has one. Let's not act like that's this massive thing here, because it's not, okay? It's not. It's within range. When you're talking about between 1 and 2 guys, that's within range. So no, that's not insane, okay? That's not insane. Travis Kelce, we know that was a joke. He was the leading voter or something, had the most votes out of anyone. Yeah, we know why. Okay, that's utter insanity. And when you look at this, these numbers aren't even close. The touchdowns to turnovers and the passer rating and the yards is insane. It's absolutely insane. Patrick Mahomes is not up there for a single category. So yes, Lamar, Allen, and Burrow are all 100% more deserving. 100%. It's just the way it goes. And if you want to say, why are the Chiefs? Nick Wright himself. This is why he's being disingenuous. This is why he's being contradictory. Because he talked about it with regards to the Packers, saying how the Packers don't have any of these elite players, but they have no bad players either. That he goes, you can make the argument that it's better to have, all B pluses and Bs than have, an A plus, but then a C, and then a C, and then a D. I reviewed that clip. I'm almost positive it was the Packers. It may have been the Vikings, but I'm pretty sure it was the Packers. And that was his whole selling argument, that actually makes you a really good team. And I've talked about that in the past in terms of just quarterback metrics, in terms of your arm versus your mobility and all that. So yeah, what makes the Chiefs right now special is not their elite level. As we've seen based on how they've played these games and how they've been winning. That's what we see. So yeah, it is Spags. It is Andy. It is Patrick Mahomes. It is even Kelce. It was Kareem Hunt stepping up. The defense stepping up. It was collectively, it was the team. It was not about raising the ceiling. That's not what the Chiefs have done. That's not how the Chiefs have been able to win. It's about raising their floor. The Chiefs have been able to win because they have been the most consistent team and the most mistake-free team. But that is not what being in the Pro Bowl is all about. The Pro Bowl has almost always been, and any of these awards, has not been about consistency. It's been about how high are you going? What are you touching? 43-9 is better than 28-11. 121 is better than 93. And stop just going by wins and losses then. Because again, you can't say it's unprecedented when you literally have Tom Brady right there. And say, well, he just had a middling year. What is 28-11, 264 total yards per game, and a 93 rating? What is that? We know that answer. Just accept that the Kansas City Chiefs are great and special because of their team collectively, not just because of Patrick Mahomes. It's because of their balance of offense and defense. It's Andy Reid and Spags. It's Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. And this and that. It's not just a singular thing. So trying to act like this is the most ridiculous thing ever, this is the most sensible thing. This is what I've been saying all season. saying I just disagree with Nick Wright for the sake of disagree. Right? Does the NFL media think and just stops acting like the NFL media is somehow biased against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs? Just stop that narrative. That is the most nonsensical narrative. I can't even fathom how dumb of a statement that is. Because you see Kansas City Chiefs fans try to say it. It's just the dumbest thing ever. When you can't turn on the TV without hearing people praise the Kansas City Chiefs, praising Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes literally has won multiple MVPs, multiple Super Bowl MVPs. Who's voting for those things? Patrick Mahomes has been to 1 million Pro Bowls. You could have made the argument last year that Patrick Mahomes should have not been in the Pro Bowl, that it should have been Josh Allen. Who was the higher seed last year, guys? Who was the higher seed? Who was better? Was it the Buffalo Bills? Well, under that logic, then he should have been and not Patrick Mahomes. So if you want to apply these rules, then apply them to previous years. Apply them to previous years. I gotta say, this is funny. This is funny. It just shows you how disconnected you can be when you're making these arguments that Mahomes should be in the Pro Bowl. Who would you knock off here? I mean, seriously, who are you knocking out? You're knocking out Lamar? That doesn't make sense. You're going to knock out Allen? That doesn't make sense. You're going to knock out Burrow? Who we know Burrow, like again, Burrow is responsible for these losses. 44-13, 109 rating, 302 yards. Just set the NFL record for most, consecutive 200, and I think consecutive and just most in general, 250 yards, and 3 touchdown games in a single season. Really? Really? When you have the Chiefs winning games like 15-12 or something? Blocked field goals, fumbled snaps. Like, really? Really? Come on, man. Let's be serious here. This is funny. We have the evidence right here, guys. We have the evidence. Those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Mahomes alone? That's pretty funny, though. I like that. Mahomes alone. I think Dusty's probably pretty smart. Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much, and see you next time.